All right, good morning, good afternoon. I want to start off by thank you all for being here today for this very special day as we appoint our interim superintendent, Dr. Felder. And I want to recognize our partners who are in the room, starting out with our MCEA members, Susie Gigioli, if you could please stand to be recognized. Thank you for being here. Pia Morrison from SEIU, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. And Dr. Christine Candy from McCap, thank you for being here. So today, a few minutes ago, the board voted unanimously to appoint Dr. Monique Felder as interim superintendent of Montgomery County Public Schools. As you know, this is an interim position to help us start the work we need to do and to rebuild the trust while we simultaneously do the work to identify our next superintendent for MCPS. We are truly grateful that Dr. Monique Felder for stepping up as interim to lead our great school system during this transition period. In a minute, Dr. Felder will say a few words, but I want to start by introducing her to you, saying a little bit about her. Dr. Felder brings 32 years of experience in public education, including as superintendent for Orange County Public Schools in North Carolina, where she was nominated as Regional Superintendent of the Year. Prior to her superintendency, she served as Chief Academic Officer for Metro Nashville Public Schools. She has served as Executive Director for Prince George's County Public Schools, and of course, we are really proud of this, she started her long and distinguished career as a teacher here in MCPS. She went on to become a Director of Accelerated and Enriched Instruction and Director of the Interventions Network for MCPS before moving away to gain even deeper experiences in Tennessee and North Carolina. Today, we welcome her back as our interim. We are confident that her background in district leadership, instruction, and administration makes her the right person to carry us through this transition and begin the work to heal our system and refocus us on teaching and learning while we identify the new permanent superintendent. I'd like to take this time to say, welcome, Dr. Felder. A native of New York, Dr. Felder holds a bachelor's degree in elementary education from York College, a master's degree from Johns Hopkins University, with a specialization in elementary science and mathematics, and a PhD in educational leadership and policy studies from Virginia Tech, where she studied the effective leadership behaviors and practices of principals in elementary schools serving predominantly students of color. She has also pursued postdoctoral studies at McDaniel College, earning an advanced certificate in equity and excellence in education, and is the co-author of a book on increasing diversity in gifted education. During her 4 years as superintendent of Orange County Schools in North Carolina, she was unanimously nominated as the Regional Superintendent of the Year by the board and staff for her work boosting academic achievement. We have spoken to Dr. Felder. We have looked at her background and clearances from other districts, and we are confident that we know everything that we need for her to do this role and to do it well. We are confident that Dr. Felder is a trustworthy, upstanding, and highly respected educational leader who will be able to competently guide MCPS through this transition. Most recently, Dr. Felder has been coaching and mentoring principals and assistant principals in New Jersey and working with forward-thinking superintendents in North Carolina on identifying and implementing innovative programs. So today we want to welcome Dr. Felder back to MCPS as our interim superintendent. Dr. Felder.
Thank you so much. And so I want to begin by saying that I am extremely excited but I'm also extremely honored and humbled to be back in Montgomery County Public Schools. As I just shared in the board meeting, 32 years in the field, but 22 of those years were spent right here in this district. And serving in a variety of roles. Most precious to me is the role of a teacher. I am an educator and will always be one. And having those opportunities, again, at Poolsville Elementary School, Cedar Grove Elementary School, then having the opportunity to serve as an assistant principal at Bell Elementary School and principal at Watkins Mill Elementary School, followed by several leadership roles here in central office, gave me the opportunity to go out. I would not have been ready for the experiences that I had in the other districts that I served in if it wasn't for my beginning here. Montgomery County Public Schools is my home. It has always held a special place in my heart. I hold every district I've ever worked in to the standards that are here. And so this is just an opportunity of a lifetime, and I know that there's much work to be done. I'm very clear about that. Certainly we have to ensure, as President Silvestri said, that we are laser-like focused on teaching and learning, right? We have 160,000 children who get one shot every day, right? They get one opportunity per grade level for us to get it right for them. And the real work is happening in the schools. Those are the folks who are on the front line each and every day. And I can say that because I was there on the front line. So I know that work. And I know the work of central services in supporting the work of the schools. And so it's very important that we reset and ensure a strong emphasis on teaching and learning. It is also very important because we can do that, but if we don't have more strong teachers and more strong principals in our school, it's not going to happen. And that's based on research and best practice. The number one and number two factors for moving the needle on student achievement is not the superintendent, it is what's happening in our schools. And so it's important that we finish strong in those areas. Over the next few weeks, I look forward to having the opportunity to learn more about you as part of this work and to have opportunities for you to learn more about me, which I know has already begun, as some of you have read about me. And so what I want to say is, certainly in my 32 years in my career, particularly in the 2000s, like many families, my family struggled, right? Had a young family, 3 children, working as an educator, putting myself through college, and so we fell on some hard times from time to time. But I can say by the grace of God that we were able to address any concerns there and took care of any outstanding issues that needed to be taken care of. But I'll tell you what, I don't regret those times, nor do I regret the times when I was in New York City standing on cheese lines, nor do I regret the time that I was on welfare, nor do I regret the times that I had to work with Catholic charities to provide toys for my children at Christmas. Those struggles have made me who I am also, right? And it helps me in every role that I've had, as a teacher, as an assistant principal, as a principal, as a central office, as a superintendent. It has helped me to do the work with humility. It has helped me to have a clear understanding and connect with what so many of our families and our students deal with each and every day. And so I don't regret those circumstances, those challenges. I learned from them and I leveraged them. And I'm grateful for them because those two have poured into me to make me who I am. So over the next 5 months, Again, focused on teaching and learning, focused on ensuring we have strong teachers and strong principals. We already have strong teachers and strong principals, but we need more. And so we have to ensure that we're able to not only attract the staff, but we also have to be able to support them in order to retain them. And then it's important to ensure a smooth transition for the permanent superintendent. That is incredibly important. So as I begin my comments, we have an opportunity each and every day. And I have never, ever taken the opportunity to serve children. That's my passion, and that's what I'm called to do, to serve children. And there are 160,000 children who are counting on me and counting up on all of us each and every day to deliver, and that we shall do. And so over these next few weeks, looking forward to, again, getting to know all of you more, understanding your perspective, involving you in decision-making as we move forward to ensure that we end on a strong note for this school year and pave that way for the permanent superintendent. Thank you.
So, Helen, we're going to take a couple of questions. Whoever we come to first, please wait for the microphone because this is broadcast. Kelly, you're closest.
I'm Kelly Lynn from WJLA-TV. Congratulations. I wanted to mention the fact that there are some concerns about your background, particularly when you served as Chief Academic Officer in Nashville in the public school system there, about financial disclosure. What can you say to concerned parents and students about your background and about your credibility and being someone who is worthy of this position?
So I want to start out by saying that the board is well aware of Dr. Felder's background and has had conversations with her to fully understand it, has fully vetted it, and we are confident that she can do the job that she has been asked to do here as interim superintendent. I'll let Dr. Felder expand on that if she'd like.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. And so what I can tell you is that there was an error in that I completed a form prospectively versus retrospectively. And there was an audit, and that audit came back noting that and simply suggesting that I amend my disclosure form. So there was a disclosure form. I have nothing not to disclose. I have always done so. And I had to amend a form. So
You originally said that you did not receive any payments, and then you went back and changed it and acknowledged those payments?
no, what I was speaking to was you complete the disclosure form retroactively, so after the fact. I completed the form, but the date I put on was prospectively versus retrospectively. So that was the correction. If you look at the audit, it speaks to that fact, and it also notes that it was unsubstantiated. Yes.
Question?
Thank you for the question.
Oh, yeah. Hi, my name is Nicole Asbury. I'm with the Washington Post. Welcome, Dr. Felder. I wanted to ask you how you were notified of this posting. I know you were based in North Carolina, so how did that kind of come up? And when were you? And I have another question, but I'll hold for a second.
The board considered a number of people to serve as interim superintendent. Dr. Felder is not new to us, as you have seen. She has a long track record here at MCPS. And so we have, known about her and communicated with her over the last few weeks.
Okay, I'm being told to say 2 more questions, please, because we have to get back to the board meeting. I'm going to go to Dominique and Kate.
Congratulations, Dr. Monique. Dominique Moody with NBC Washington. I just have a quick question for you. In light of the Inspector General's report, I know you guys are going to be talking about that earlier, but it's found that numerous issues with the manner in which MCPS and DCI handled the investigative complaints of employee misconduct. During this transition period, how are you looking to maybe trailblaze the way forward to ensure that this transition actually adheres to what the report said and how you come in and you're able to handle that?
I will let Dr. Felder answer that, but the next part of our board meeting is exactly to cover that. The county IG report, what happened, how we have our action plan, and what we plan to do forward. Anything to add, Dr. Felder?
Yes, thank you for that question. Would just add that the plan is to follow the recommendations, period.
Last question.
Well, we need one in Spanish too, though. I think Telemundo.
Hey, Kate Ryan, WTOP News. Dr. Felder, I do have a question for you on when precisely you were first contacted about this position. And when you left Orange County, did you have 2 years on your contract there? Can you say why you left?
We don't remember the exact date, but I will let Dr. Felder answer the question about the contract at her last school district.
So thank you for this opportunity to respond to your question. And so the contact was recent, and I can also tell you with regards to my contract, yes, there were 2 years left on that contract. I was hired and actually applied first, right, before you get hired, for the superintendency in Orange County Schools because they were looking for a visionary equity leader. And that's the work that I've done my entire career. And so there came a point in time, however, where there was a shift in board composition and the alignment of our work was misaligned. And so it happens. And so as to not cause a distraction, it was best that we separate. And that's what we did. But I'm proud of the work that I did in Orange County Schools, raising student achievement, particularly for Black and Brown students, more Black and Brown students in advanced courses, outperforming the state with regards to exceeding growth towards proficiency. So we were moving children faster than any other district in the state. Also very proud of the work that I did around culture and climate, left with over 80% of my teachers saying that this was a district that was a good place to be and a good place to work. And so very proud of the work that I did in Orange County Schools. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rosbelis Quiñones. I'm with Telemundo 44. My questions are going to be in Spanish. I'm sorry, guys.
No apologies.
Si nos puede, por favor, Presidenta, dar un pequeño resumen de la votación del día de hoy, ¿ok? Para nuestra audiencia en español. También un poco de la trayectoria de la doctora Felder y necesariamente también explicarle un poco a nuestra audiencia lo que usted comentaba anteriormente que habían visto en el récord de la doctora Felder y cómo algunos incidentes que pueden haber en su récord fueron pues revisados, ¿no?
Sí, muchas gracias por la pregunta. Estamos muy orgullosos hoy aquí en Montgomery County Public Schools de darle la bienvenida a la doctora Felder como la nueva interina superintendente de nuestras escuelas que va a estar con nosotros el resto del año escolar mientras buscamos un superintendente permanente. Somos muy dichosos porque ella tiene 32 años de experiencia como educadora, 22 de esos años aquí en Montgomery County. Entonces se nos conoce muy bien y además de eso ha ido a otros distritos para aprender en Tennessee y últimamente en Carolina del Norte como superintendente en ese distrito. Sí reconocemos de que había unas cosas en su récord que los hemos platicado con ella, lo entendemos muy bien. Ella habló de eso el día de hoy aquí en esta conferencia de prensa, así que tenemos mucha confianza en ella y estamos muy emocionados de seguir con su liderazgo para el resto de este año escolar. Muchas gracias. Thank you, everyone.
The final question. I do encourage you to stay for the next item in the board meeting. The board has to transition back to their meeting.
Thank you, everyone.